Welcome to the Dynasty Hot Sauce Podcast. Welcome to the Dynasty Hot Sauce Podcast. I'm Larry Monkey, NFF Larry Monkey. I'm here with Run DFF Justin Rogers. What's up, baby?
Well, I can already tell this is going to be a rough night for me because this connection sucks. But I'm here. It keeps freezing. I'm getting the voice. Yeah.
Mississippi.
But I'm here, ready to roll, baby. In my bachelor pad.
Well, hey, you just came from the bar. So you probably have a head start on me. I have to still get up and go get a Guinness from the freezer.
I got a feeling you'll catch up quick. I got just a small inkling of feeling that you'll probably
What was the name? I have a question. What was the name of the bar in Mississippi that you were at? Does it have like a nice name, or was it like?
It's Shuckers.
Shuckers.
It's an oyster bar.
Well,
yeah.
Wow.
It's an oyster bar / old people party bar.
All right. Nice. Jukebox.
So there was one person younger than me at the bar. There's one person younger than me, a girl in her 20s. I think she was there with her parents or something. Right. Everyone else at the bar was at least 10 years older than I was.
10 years older.
Even including my buddies.
Did you have like a Touch Tunes jukebox? Sometimes I like rolling. I like to roll.
There's a jukebox somewhere, but they do live music and stuff a lot. So there was a band in there and stuff.
Shuckers
over there on another part of it. Yeah.
Nice. Shuckers jamming on some live music. All right, man. Well, let's get right into the FC Eliminator. Why not, man? I mean, we're not on the clock, unfortunately. That's not going to happen tonight because there's just way too many. We're like 11 picks away. That's never going to happen by that.
Right. Yeah.
By this flow here, but we are in the 13th round. Now, the FC Eliminators is an 18-team best ball. Lowest score every week gets eliminated. And it's all about the draft. It's a kickoff before the Scott Fish Bowl fantasy football tournament begins. And we have been communicating on every pick almost. We did time out, unfortunately, over the weekend, which was kind of
that was a weird one because you texted me and then I texted you, and by the time that you saw it, I think we had timed out, and I was like, "Yeah, that's over."
Yes, I was a busy. I was at a.
You have carried the load in this draft.
Well, I have. Well, that would explain why. We have some heavy rookies here, folks. Heavy rookies. This is a rookie.
We do. That is, yeah. Larry being in charge has definitely affected our draft.
This is our
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 7 rookies and 13 picks.
Yeah.
Shit.
One coach.
Points. Yeah.
Yep.
So it's a very running back heavy draft if you don't get one of the very top elite quarterbacks. After the very top elite quarterbacks, the quarterback field was shitty. Like guys averaging 14 points and they're like QB 8. It's dumb.
Yeah. The settings are geared towards the running back, so we went heavy running back. Thankfully we figured it out before it cost us, because we just ended up starting out with Ashton Genty at the 109. And I think that's when we realized, right after that pick, I think we realized that running backs were the way to go, because we were contemplating quarterbacks, and it was like, well, look at these averages, the average scores coming in. But I don't know. I think that Xavier Gibson pick might be good. Even looking up and returners add a dynamic.
Let me tell you something about that Xavier Gibson pick, Larry.
Yes.
When I opened this up about 2 minutes ago, that's the first time that I knew that Xavier Gibson got picked. That was the one that I was like, dude, just make the pick. If we get on the clock, just make the pick. I'm good. Yep. I should have known it was going to be some obscure New York Jets wide receiver. Perfect.
Well, listen, he was because I always go to last year's
Sure.
season for comparison, and he was like one of the top guys just because he returns a lot of kicks. I mean, he doesn't average in this format. I don't know. Well, actually, he probably averages like, I don't know, 12 points I'm going to find out right now. Find out exactly what Gibson averages. Because let's see. Xavier Gibson. Can I even search for him?
Yeah, Control F Gibson.
Oh, he's 10th in wide receivers scoring.
Right.
So
if he gets the same kind of return usage, then he'll be all right.
He outscored Malik Neighbors and Garrett Wilson and JSN and Drake London last year. So Xavier Gibson might not be a bad pick. He's a year older. He's I don't know. Apparently he's bulked up some. So I don't know. Who knows?
I'll take your word for it on this one.
Yeah.
I'm not real in tune on the wide receiver 5 for the New York Jets.
He was the best available. I mean, outside of getting coaches and stuff, which we did get an Andy Reid coach. So I thought that was interesting. I don't know what the hell I'm doing right now. So, do you want? Okay, just real quick, since we're on the subject, want to take a look at my finished product on the Matt Harmon Eliminator.
Yeah, let's see it. What have you done in there?
Here we go. This is, as you can see, I did not realize the running back domination for my first pick, but I still end up with Kyler Murray. He'll have rushing upside.
Right.
Then I went Kyron, Hampton, RJ Harvey, Hunter. Then this was an auto pick. Some KC guy who I guess was best available in MFL. Nico Remigio. I've never heard of this guy. Have you ever heard of this guy?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Then it just went squirrely in the 7th round. Scadaboo, Rashad White, Trey Benson, Rico. I got Gibson again. I got John Harbaugh. Then I went with the Danny Dimes, Shador Sanders, 13th, 14th pick. Never know. I could end up having 3 quarterback starters.
And they could all get you 12 points a game.
Hopefully it's at a point in the season where I need 3 quarterbacks, because it won't be the entire season for any of these guys. Yeah, see how that goes. Let's see here. Oh, look at this. Run DFF on the couch.
As always, baby. As always. Just a different couch, but always on the couch.
Look at this. So we had there was like 4 people waiting in the chat, and then we were too busy talking beforehand, and it's just us now. Anyway, so Amika Buka, so you were so I was surprised you actually chimed in with him, because you were a Godwin guy. Mecca Buka.
Yeah, but it's just like we talked about. Like, if Godwin goes down, there's high upside for Buka. So that's all you're playing in this, and especially as you get in these rounds where, I mean, this is the equivalent, with 18 teams, this is the equivalent of like the 19th round of a draft that we're in right now, because of the fact that there's 6 more picks than a. So we are looking at some shitty players right now. I mean, you're out there picking Xavier Gibson for us. That's got to mean something.
Well, I mean,
so yeah,
overall in wide receiver last year.
Right.
Yeah. So
see, I mean, it's just one of them things where I figured, let's shoot for upside, and maybe we end up with something.
Right. We know what the guys that were out there, we know what we're going to get out of them. Might as well shoot for the stars. That's what we got to do. The only probably drawback to that is some of these rookies might not start out strong, and you need to start out strong in the eliminator. You need to carry yourself. Right. So some of our guys are going to be early producers, but will we have enough early producers all at once to survive the FC Eliminator?
Yeah,
Or do you want to get
we
flushed?
might need to grab grab some coaches, even if there's not good coaches, just to try and get 15 points out of every third coach or something.
Yeah, if you can get
I haven't even looked to see what's available.
Get the trifecta. I mean, what do you mean? As far as coaches are out there right now, you mean?
Yeah, the only thing that's guaranteed about coaches, not every coach, is that you're not gonna have an injury.
Yeah.
Some coaches might get fired, but it's not that many, especially not early in the season. So you're guaranteeing yourself at least a chance at points. So that's the one thing about coaches.
Right. And if you can get that 14-win coach, I don't know how many are out there at this time. So yeah, the settings have punter scoring and place kicker, and a coach in this best ball format gets 15 points for a win and minus 20 for a loss, which doesn't matter. It might as well be 0. It doesn't matter if it's minus. It could be minus 100. It's not going to impact your best ball score.
Right.
So in terms of coaches, some of the big ones went off the board. We got, not necessarily sniped, but I was looking at Sean McDermott because Buffalo's just going to just plow through the AFC East this year. And he got taken right before our pick. Now we only have 3 picks left. But in terms of playoff coaches, you got Matt LaFleur. D'Amico Ryans, Houston should have a better season. You got Brian Schottenheimer. What's he going to do in Dallas? But I like Zach Taylor, to be honest with you. Outside of the Ravens, they're playing the Steelers, who they don't even have a quarterback right now, and the Browns. The Cincy's got probably, and they're going. They're all in right now for a Super Bowl run. So that might not be a bad pick for our next pick if he drops to us, Zach Taylor.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to that. There's upside there,
Matt LaFleur is going to be duking it out with Detroit and Green Bay, or Chicago and Minnesota. That's tough. They could easily go one injury. They could easily go 8-8 or 8-9, 9-8 or whatever. I think our best bet. I like the idea of Cincy. Out of all these teams, who's a potential Super Bowl contender? You got Cincinnati, Tampa Bay.
Well, I don't know about Super Bowl contender. I just need to know who's going to win 10, 12 games. We could see Dallas doing that. 2 years, just last year, not in 2024, but just the year before, they had 12 wins. Dallas did, and they've done this where they've gone 7 or 8 wins and then 11 or 12 wins. They're sneaky sometimes in that way.
Yeah. We got 3 picks left, so we're going to have we can go coach, or we could take a shot at a backup running back that, just hope for an injury, or one that also returns kicks.
Right. So let's see. Last year they were 7-10. The 3 previous seasons, 12 wins each.
Who's that?
22. Dallas.
Oh,
they're sneaky.
Yeah, but Brian Schottenheimer, you think that he's going to carry that? I don't know. You think he can?
I don't know. That's a good question. I have no idea.
What is going on here? Oh, hold on a second.
You got kids coming down? He's got a phone call. Uh-oh. He's getting the call that he needs to hurry his ass upstairs. Kids are awake. He's screwed. Now they're coming down, I think.
Okay, I'm back.
All right.
Okay. Sean Payton, whatever. Coaches. We can
Do not. I shouldn't say that. I guess Denver was pretty good. Maybe it's not terrible.
Sean Payton picked up a running back. Didn't really have much of a running game last year. Upgraded at tight end with Evan Ingram, Bo Nix. Bo Nix had if you in our Renegades League format, Bo Nix is he's a top 10 guy. He's had a better season than a lot of the guys that were up there.
Yeah.
Like there's a silly. I was looking at it and I was like, "Are you kidding me, Bo Nix?" 2024. I don't know. I can only do that on my phone. But are you in any drafts right now currently outside of the Eliminator?
I am not. I've got nothing going on. If I do, then I'm missing the whole thing because no, don't believe so.
Okay.
How about you? You got anything else going on?
No, nothing. I gotta wait. I mean, I think you're in the next one that I'm in. I think that's the Hogs. Hogs is in 12. Oh, okay. You know what we can talk about right now? I know exactly what we're going to talk about. The Matt Miller League. The league, a brand new startup dynasty league. 12 teams, started out like an empty canvas, and we've been like voting on settings and stuff. And one of the first things that we agreed upon was, or that I was kind of like I led the charge for, was the tight end premium. Got everyone to agree to 1.75. I'm like, oh, this is great, perfect. You know, I don't really care what else we do as long as we got like the tight end premium was a big deal for me. Like, let's lock that up. And of course, no trade deadline.
Right.
Which I think I think we're gonna have like a playoff trade deadline or something. But whatever, that's cool. League has some newbies in it and some veterans, so a mix from both sides. And so then they start talking about like half PPR and I'm like, what is this? What's this half PPR? Like what? Like why are we taking points away?
Right.
Why are we like what different? Well, like what's I don't understand. Like why can't we have a point per reception? I don't know. They
were taking a page out of the let's get Larry Monkey out of this league playbook, because that's the quickest way is to take away points. Take away points from lineups and watch Larry get the fuck out.
How do you feel about this? Because I have not dipped from the league because I'm still like on the fence here. So
yeah, I don't know.
They've won this half PPR pass, and they're like first down bonus. They're all talking about first down bonuses. Like, do we talk about first down bonuses? Is that like a big thing for us? Is that a big thing for you with first down bonus? Like, do you give a shit about first down bonus?
I do. I like them. I think first down bonuses are nice.
I like them too. But but as like the focal point of I don't know. So they're talking about a half PPR and first down bonuses, and so everyone agrees on a majority agree on a half PPR, and I'm like, what's with the half PPR? Like, what are we talking about here? Like, why do you want a guy that's going to get you 5 catches for 60 yards? Why wouldn't you want 11 points from him and instead of 8 or 7 or whatever?
Yeah.
Why do you want single digits when you could have just the look of like the double digits?
I don't understand. I don't know, because I don't understand that at all. Like, I don't understand how you get to the point where you're like, you know what? We had these kind of rules rules. Let's just undo them and change everything now.
So now they're like, well, we can't have the tight end be 1.75 because that would be too drastic. Right. So we should make it 1.25. So I'm like, ugh. So now we're just now like the high scores are going to be like, like 76 to, like 30, like 59.
Calm down.
It's a start 9. You could seriously have a couple guys get single digit scoring. Wide receivers take a hit.
I don't think it's. Yeah.
No?
Wide receivers definitely take a hit.
So, maybe you should go tier PPR. Should I be like, let's go tiered PPR? Boom. Keep the 1.75. Give the wide receivers a point, running backs half point. Or make tight ends 150 or 1.5 then. What do you think of that?
More, yeah.
Just to make it a little more quirky, because like I'm gonna be like, why does this guy have 8 points when he could have like at least 11 or 12?
At least something, yeah.
It's just the whole like aesthetic part of looking at your lineup. Like you want guys with double digits. Like that's like the goal, at least. A guy's screwing you when he's got you a single digit week. So that's that. So yeah, what are your thoughts, man? So I was just like, when all this went down, I was like, man, I don't know if I want to be in this league.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I wouldn't join a league if the rules weren't set, because I'm not trying to figure out how the rules are going to be afterward. Like that's nah.
And I don't want to bicker with anyone. I don't want to go back and forth with anybody. I don't give a shit that much, but I do want to be in a league that makes sense, I don't know. So yeah, I was on the fence, and then I was like, I haven't been in a startup this long. It's an interesting type of league. I haven't been a startup in like 2 or 3 years. It's on Sleeper. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe the tiered PPR. How do you feel about that idea? I think we're in a league that has a tiered PPR.
I'm good with tiered. I'm good with tiered PPR. We're in the DDCL that has tiered PPR.
Okay.
So that's that.
Maybe I'll present that as like.
I don't mind tiered PPR, but I just want all the rules to be set before I join a league, because I'm not trying to negotiate this shit. Like that's where I think a commissioner just sets the rules and walks away, and that's the rules you agreed to when you joined, etc.
Well, that's just not how that went down.
I understand. I'm just saying that's how it should go down.
Gotcha. All right, man. Let's see here.
So, are you still undecided about whether you're going to be in that league or not?
I think I'm going to stick around. I like the it's just an unusual league, so I that's what kind of draws me to it. I think I'm going to be okay. There was a part of me where I was just like, I don't want to be like complaining about this league every single week. I was in a league like that one time where all I did was complain about it every single week. But I don't know. I think I could have a good startup. It's a start 9, so I have we how the strategy goes with a start 9. So
yeah.
I'm not going to reveal anything right about now because the draft is like a week away.
Yeah, start trading up.
Oh my God, what the fuck is that? Did you see that?
I did not see anything.
Oh, thank gosh. There was something in the bottom of this glass, like a paper.
Oh no.
And I like drank it like landed in my mouth. What the fuck?
Oh.
Kidding me?
One time I was at a bar and I put my I put my beer down, and when I grabbed my beer again, it had a freaking it had a cigarette butt in it. That was the last time I would look or put my beer down. I was like, no, that's my beer to keep a hold of.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I was not pleased with myself.
I mean, you could probably go on and on about stories like that. I was in a bar that I got an order of wings, and 11 of them were perfectly like textbook looking, right out of the fryer, covered in buffalo sauce wings. One was also covered in buffalo sauce, but it was a raw one. So it was a one. So they must have put wings in another fryer, like right next to the ones that were cooking, and one probably bounced into that fryer, and then they pulled the finished basket out or whatever. And there was like the whole one wing out of the order was not cooked, and that was how I put after my investing. And I ended up working at this pub not soon after that as a cook, as a chef.
Right.
So that's how I surmised that's what must have happened. Extra wing flew out of a different basket when they were filling it in the fryer.
That sucks.
Yeah. Terrible. All right. So Emeka Egbuka, have you heard any rookie? I mean, everyone hates Travis Hunter right now, just like everyone hated Ja'Marr Chase when he remember Ja'Marr Chase was couldn't catch the ball his rookie year.
Frozen.
Are we frozen right now?
I froze during all that. I didn't hear anything. I heard, have you heard anything? And that was the last thing.
I was talking about Travis Hunter and like the fact that he stinks right now, comparing him to when Ja'Marr Chase used to stink.
Damn it.
Am I still frozen? Uh-oh. Run DFF is on mute now.
I don't know what's going on.
Let it go. Let it go. So I jumped in the...
No, this Wi-Fi is terrible tonight.
So I'm in the Discord right now. I don't know who else is in the Discord. I should get in the Matt Harmon Discord.
I don't know. I never did get into it.
It's just weird. James Maloney, I don't know what happened to him, man. He was with us that one show. Then he got timed out. So when you time out in the eliminator, you can pre-draft your next pick, and then it takes you off auto pick. So that was an easy fix after that happened to us. Have you gotten any trade offers recently?
I have not gotten shit. I've been, unfortunately, this time in my life, I've been completely checked out of fantasy football almost 3 or 4 weeks.
I see.
Just been.
I see. Like I have an outstanding trade proposed to me right now in the OG League. And, whenever I see, we all know the guy. I've been accused of being that guy. But when you get the trade notification and you see who it's from, you're right away. You're just like, oh, boy, this one's going to stink. But let's check it out. Sure. And I got one in the OG League, saw who it was from and said, oh, yeah, this one's going to stink. Can't wait to see what it is. And it stunk. The 2-4 and the 303 and the 2-4 or the 109.
Yeah, that's not great.
No,
like who cares to move up? Who cares about a third to move back like 9 spots? No, thank you. 7 spots, whatever it is. That's bad.
Right. So we're talking about the 204 and the 303. The last, what draft I was in, we're talking like that could be anybody from Henderson or Ward or. I mean, what's the difference between the 204 and the 303 just to jump up 5 spots. 303 is what's the difference maker there. and you're ending up with like, the Pat Bryants or you might get your hands on like a Ferguson could fall to you, but nowadays he's been getting scooped up a lot earlier. Same thing with Mason Taylor. And
Sure.
those guys are getting scooped up. So you're ending up with in like that's like Noel territory, Fannin. The Fannins and Arroyos are probably, I don't know, they might make it there because all the quarterbacks are going probably early second round now. And here
Yeah, probably so.
Tyler Shuck, first round rookies. He went in the first round let's go. That's going to go to my home league draft. Shuck went in the first with the 112.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy because that's a 1 year nothing.
Unless he hits, you never know.
Yeah.
Oh,
you're really risking a lot.
So Tyler Shuck went with the 112. Caleb Johnson 201. Dart 22. Then it was Higgins 2-3. So 1-6. So we're talking about the 3-3. Yeah, it's like Fannin, Noel, Dylan Sampson, Kyle Williams territory. So you need one of those. I don't know. It's still not worth the 106 when you have that like elite. Ted McMillan, Travis Hunter, Cam Ward, 2 tight ends. Sometimes Trevion Henderson could fall to you there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the 106. You have pick of the litter that. In this draft also, it went Genty, Hampton, R.J. Harvey, 103.
Wow.
You like that?
Wow. That's a little too much for me.
Unless he hits. Who knows? What are we going to talk about? About that? I don't know.
There's a what if he hits it everywhere in the draft. But like you can trade back to the 106 and still get him. And you don't have to Heck, if you need to trade back 3 spots, you don't really give a shit. Why not just take anything to move back 3 spots?
Yeah, I mean, maybe I should have been more aggressive. I only had the 106 and the 210 in this draft. Or I had the I'm sorry. I had the 106, the 24, and the 210. And ended up with Travis Hunter, Luther Burden, and Jack Besh. First time having him. But anyway, I don't know. I was, and then see those reports, and you're like, man, now I got to take this guy at the 106. I was hoping the Cam Ward guy would take him. Cam Ward went at the 105, so I was hoping he would take him. Travis Hunter, because they didn't want to be bad.
Right.
You hate hearing all this. It's the same thing, but it was the same thing with Jamar Chase. He couldn't catch, and then they get you on when you have him. It's like you're on the ropes. You're like, oh man, what do I do? But so yeah, I kind of feel that way right now about Travis Hunter, just because of the reports that he's running routes wrong or whatever. So those are those reports. Mekabuka's returning kicks might be a potential.
I've seen some of that stuff, and he does.
Who are the rookie risers from?
I think it's too early
ago. Because now the rookies have. Yeah, there you go. Give me a couple more. What do you think? There's got to be give me your top 3 guys that have.
Terrence Ferguson. That's another one off the top of my head. Terrence Ferguson.
You probably come up with 5 that have risen in the last 3 weeks, right?
Maybe. I mean, Terrence Ferguson and damn, I just went blank on the name I just said. Oh, and Trey Harris are absolutely risers since the draft in the last month. And it's interesting to see because there's been nothing that's happened. It's like, no news or anything, but yeah, they're ready to roll. People are ready to spend up on him now.
No, but I mean, getting back to Emeka Buka, you got Mike Evans, who's 100 years old. Godwin, who's also 100, coming off an injury.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a bad pick. Not a bad pick at all.
Yeah, we're gonna see how it plays out.
And Baker Mayfield's been like the best quarterback almost the last couple of years. He's been throwing mad touchdowns. Are you looking to get your hands on any Baker Mayfield?
I haven't been actively trying to pursue him.
He's never
because
been.
I don't think he's different. No, I used to. I was in on him after his rookie season, but I don't think that he's much different than another 10 guys. I'd rather go get Jared Goff for cheaper. Like same difference. Jared Goff and Baker Mayfield, same difference. I'd rather go get Goff cheaper.
Much rather have Goff, Baker over Goff.
Why?
Because he's younger. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
he's mobile. He's mobile.
Oh, what?
He throws a lot of touchdowns.
Goodness.
He's mobile.
Baker Mayfield is mobile and throws a lot of touchdowns.
Yes.
Is he mobile?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Take your word for it.
I was waiting for you to bust out with the stats, man.
Well, last year he had 378 rushing yards. Before that, his highest was 165.
So, yeah, he had a great season last year.
He did have a great season last year. I mean, it feels like an outlier for sure.
Yeah, I think, but he kind of ran in college, But he's a great passer, man. He's accurate.
He is, and so is Jared Goff. And I should get Jared Goff for much. That's the point. Is I can get Jared Goff for much cheaper than I can get Baker Mayfield.
Yes, that's
so why
true.
not?
But the thing is, for me, is I don't even think we've seen Baker Mayfield's ceiling yet. He's still young.
Oh. He just threw 41 touchdowns. We've seen his absolute ceiling. He just threw 41 touchdowns. That is his ceiling.
Yes, and I'm happy with that
ceiling. You think he has better than 41 touchdowns and 350 rushing yards to boot? No way. What's Goff's ceiling?
Yeah.
I mean, he just threw 37 touchdowns and 30 the year before. He just threw 37 touchdowns. Yeah. 4,600 yards, 37 touchdowns. I mean, there's something there.
Mm.
He ain't going to give you any rushing, but, you get used to that. I don't think Baker Mayfield truly gives you much rushing. I think that last year was an outlier.
Yeah, maybe. But I'm thinking I want some more Baker Mayfield in my life, which stinks because I used to have a ton and I got rid of a bunch.
How much Baker do you have? I thought you have,
No, I don't. I'm just looking through I don't have him in any of my sleeper leagues.
No.
This is a good question. Do I have any Baker Mayfield?
If you don't, you got to get to work. You're going to be a Baker Mayfield stain. You got to get to work on it.
I don't think I have any Baker Mayfield. You're right. I do not. Maybe in the Dynasty Degenerates League, I should try to get myself Baker.
I don't even know who has in there. I'm curious now. I'm going
Underdog. Underdog has him. He also has Daniels, Dart. He's got Daniels and Dart. So Baker Mayfield.
So not a whole lot going on there. I don't know where all the QBs are in that league.
Who do you like, Stroud or Baker?
Give me Baker. He's older, but I think I don't expect the kind of rebound that you do with Stroud.
Do you think I could get Stroud? Think I can get Baker for Stroud?
If you're playing with someone who doesn't listen to Shane and Scott, sure. But like the same position.
They like Baker?
Well, no, it's just like their positional trades. Like they're not going to trade
that. Really?
You know, the same.
Since you can upgrade, if you think it's an upgraded quarterback, I mean, this guy might think Baker. You know, he's on his 4th team or 5th team.
Yeah, he's been on like 39 different teams.
You know, he has that, like, still has that ick on him from that. I don't know. Throw it out there. I mean, he is 30. I don't really mean anything. He's 7 years older than Stroud. Curious to see what the Dynasty Trade Calculator has to say here.
I didn't realize he was 30 already. I guarantee they have Stroud above.
Now, I'm pretty good at guessing the values. I'm going to say Stroud is 36 and Baker's 27. Let's see. Stroud, 34.6. What did I say Baker was? What did I say Baker was going to be?
27.
Baker, 28.4. Yeah. I was right. I was, what did I say for Stroud? 36?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I was a 1.5 off on both guys. How about that? Exactly. Yeah. So Stroud is valued 6 points higher on the Dynasty Trade Calculator.
That's pretty significant.
Yeah. So I was thinking I could get Baker plus for Stroud. What do you think of that?
You broke up during all of that. Because
I think I could get Baker plus for Stroud.
I mean, if you can, go for it. You know, even if it's something like, you know, Stroud and a third for Baker in a second.
So in comparison, the DLF Dynasty Trade Analyzer has Stroud at 550, Baker 363. So it's almost a 200-point difference. Suggested additions, the 109 added to Baker for Stroud.
If someone wants to do that and I have Stroud, please. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm going to give that a shot because I need to build this team out. Took over the orphan, and I need players. So maybe the Baker upgrade. I mean, how long do you have a quarterback in Dynasty? Really, it's nice to have a quarterback. You don't really have a quarter. I mean, unless you're not a trader, but most people that play Dynasty like to trade. How long is your oldest quarterback that you've had? You hang on to quarterbacks for a while, right?
I do end up hanging on quarterbacks. I get a little attached to them. There's exceptions to the rule. You know, like I've moved off of some guys, but I moved off Kyler.
Mm-hmm.
So it was Kyler and a first for Jalen Hurts or something like that. I did that in HQ1. Of course, that doesn't exist anymore. But I mean, you know, it was the thought that counts.
Yes. Oof, I do have Chris Godwin in this league. I offered the Mekabuka GM Godwin for him straight up.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Turn it down. Yeah, not much buzz. Other buzz I have heard. Although, I mean, my life's been pretty hectic too. It's a busy time with kids' sports. That's going crazy. So I'm kind of a bit out of the loop. I've been, you know, I still listen to podcasts in my downtime, and I'm also in on the news and stuff. The best I can. I know everyone's expecting big things out of JJ McCarthy. Where are you? You still on the fence with him? Because you've been kind of lukewarm on JJ McCarthy, haven't you?
Yeah, well, I just want to see what happens there. And I'm okay being patient enough to figure it out after it happens with some of these guys.
Right.
I don't want to pay up and pay like 90% of his price if he doesn't hit. I'd rather just wait, and if he hits, I pay 100%. There's some guys that are like that.
How do you feel about okay, let me put it this way.
Okay.
Who's the most, this is totally a right turn. Backup running back. Who's your favorite RB2 that if they get a chance, they're going to take off? Back up to someone that's already established. Like, let's see. Davis, AFC East. Davis or Allen, Braylon Allen, or who's James Cook?
And see, to me, in that situation, it's a coin flip.
Ray Davis.
So I'm probably just going to take Davis, but just because the offense is better, it's a coin flip between those two guys.
Yeah, you like the where the Jets are headed, in terms of how they seem to be wanting to focus on the running game. But again,
Sure.
it's a you don't even know what you're going to get, and they're the Jets. James Cook had a monster year, but he's in some contract dispute right now. Ray Davis just waiting in the wings. Had a pretty good year last year.
Yeah. A couple spots.
Right. So, if you're there, I mean, I think they're both great additions, but I'm probably going to go Ray Davis over Braylon Allen. But I mean, again, if Breece Hall didn't really click last year, I don't know what the hell was wrong with him. So if he still struggles like he did last year, Braylon Allen could probably take the next step. This coaching staff doesn't give a shit about anybody. There were rumors of trying to trade him, so who knows how valid those were, but so both of these guys have like an angle to them where they have there's a hidden path to starts. It's almost like who knows where Breece Hall is going to end up, which opens the door for Braylon Allen. James Cook is in some contract stuff. So, I mean, these guys are not bad eliminator additions, but they're also not bad toss-in throw-ins for your dynasty league. And again, they're backup running backs, so the GM, they're expendable for some GMs, throw-ins.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like if you're investing in backup running backs later, you just kind of have to be ready to hold for a few weeks. Find somewhere else to drop players at. Find the players that you don't actually give a shit about.
Davante Adams seems to have a rapport with Matt Stafford.
Davante Adams could have a rapport with a freaking mouse if it was throwing the football.
You're gonna have to repeat that, and you have to start over where you just said Davante Adams, and then I don't know what you said after that. So go.
Oh, I said Davante Adams could have a connection with a damn mouse if it was throwing the football. Like whoever's under center, he's gonna be just fine with. I mean, hell, he made Derek Carr look like a competent quarterback.
Is it even time to sell? I mean,
6 passes a game.
It's obviously time to sell the hype on Davante Adams. Even do you just want to get rid of him? You want to sell the stock up? But you see, there's some nice big highlight that's been flying around Twitter. Him making a nice catch from Stafford. It's like a slow-mo.
No, he's just one of those guys that's going to die on a roster for me. Like, what's the value? What are you getting for him? A late second, a couple thirds? Like,
I feel like you can get it. I feel like you can get the 202 for Davante Adams.
then I would consider it.
I don't know.
But
Mid-second, early to mid-second for Davante Adams. I think somebody will do that. Or somebody that is you're just like, oh, let me just make a run for half the season, and then if everything's, and then your team falls apart. You make an early trade to beef up your team, and then your team falls apart, and then thank goodness, or the team you traded Davante Adams to, they have Davante Adams because they're making a run, but their run falls to pieces, so they suck now, and they have Davante Adams, and you have their pick. Follow me?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just a funny scenario. I did send off the Stroud for Baker Mayfield and a 26 first.
I think you're thinking too hard about this sometimes.
No, dude, I just run all of these theories through my head, man. This is why I'm a 16 team champion and an FC Eliminator champion. And I'm the champions. I have I'm the 14 team Daddios League champion.
Larry the champion. That's all it is. Larry the champion.
We are the champions, my friends. Dun dun dun. Hell yeah, man. This is why you listen to the Dynasty Hot Sauce Pod, because we offer the advice and provide the insight that can lead you to a championship
quality advice. Yeah.
There you go. And you can reach out to us directly and we will gladly help you. It doesn't matter. And if you join the Patreon, you get our phone numbers. How do you like that? And then we'll do some jersey giveaways. Hey, guess what? Let's do a jersey giveaway to the patrons. My Chinese connection reached out to me.
Okay.
And she said she wants to get any kind of orders. Well, I got to put them in before May 29th because they go on holiday. So yeah, let's do another jersey. If there are any Patreon members that are listening to this right now, they have the first one that shoots a message in the Patreon chat that says "Give me the jersey" or whatever, they'll get it. How about that?
It's their jersey, first one up.
Right. How fast do you think that's going to happen? Let's not tell anybody. They have to listen to this somehow. 11 people are watching now on Twitter.
I'm not saying anything, but I am curious to see which one pops in quickest.
Yeah. And you could just join the Patreon for $1, like right now, and then boom, you're eligible.
Then you're in.
That. Join the Patreon for $3 or $10. Those are our 3 tiers, and we'll get you get direct access to me and Run DFF. I'll send you a GIF on a Friday until you have a nice weekend, or a GIF, right? Did we figure that out yet, or is that still a debate, or is it always? It's just GIF. It's always been.
It's always GIF.
That debate. That's a long overdue. That's long and gone. That debate, right?
It should be. For all the people out there that say GIF, stop it.
They still should have spelled it with a J. No one would get confused with the peanut butter. Does anyone even use Jif peanut butter anymore?
Yeah, but the only problem is that in graphics is a G.
Yeah. All right, so we'll see. Baker. I'm excited. I want this. I want Baker Mayfield, and I want to trade CJ. I want to get Baker plus. This guy's got Jerry Jeudy on his team. How do you feel about Jerry Jeudy and Baker for CJ Stroud? Or how do you feel about Jerry Jeudy? How do you feel about Jerry Jeudy? Because I was thinking about getting. All right. How do you feel about Jerry Jeudy?
I'm going to be a little frustrated if they go with like Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders for this year. I'm going to be frustrated with Jerry Jeudy because I know that he will not be doing what he did last year, especially in the second half of the season, not with a rookie QB. So I don't know how I feel about him. I'm nervous.
Now, who's Joe Flacco playing for these days?
Hell, is he back on the Browns?
He's on the Browns. They have to start with Flacco. There's no way.
I don't know, dude.
There's no way they're running out a 4th and 5th round quarterback to start the season when they have Joe Flacco, who's a hero. He led them to the playoffs. There's no way they're not starting Joe Flacco to start the season. Or is it Kenny Pickett is going to be Super Bowl winner, but Joe Flacco was MVP Super Bowl winner.
Yeah, Super Bowl winning.
Flacco or Pickett?
It's got to be Flacco. Who cares about that?
How about that? How about that? You said just now, it's got to be Flacco. Ever tell you I was living in Jackson Heights, Queens, and every Sunday we'd walk 10 blocks to a bar called Legends. Jackson Heights is like the most diverse. I lived on the most diverse 3-block radius in the world, like literally. So you walk through different cultures when you're walking. Anyway, this bar is in the middle of all this. Sports bar. And when I first moved there, I was calling around looking for a sports bar because these sports bars are just bars that have soccer on the TV. You know, I lived in like Latino neighborhood, Indian, Portuguese, Paraguay, everything. So I go into a sports bar, just being on soccer. So I said I'd be calling around. I finally get a hold of this sports bar, and he's had the football package. That's why I was calling them. And I'm like, hey, do you have any specials? He goes, yeah. I'll make it special for you. I'm like, all right. So we go there. And we had the best time ever. Legends.
Okay.
Great sports bar. You know, it turned into very quickly a $20. You know, what's your tab? They're 8 hours. What's your tab? Give me 20. You know, one of those type of bars. You know, and then you give them like a big fat tip. Anyway,
the owner.
I would go there every Sunday for football. And one Sunday was like the game was on, and somebody's watching the football game and just yells, fuck you, Flacco. And this table of fucking Latinos turns around like, what the fuck did this guy just say?
Comes across.
And me and this other guy just erupt, could not contain our laughter sitting at the bar.
Brutal.
Yeah, classic. You know what Flacco means? Look it up. It means skinny in Spanish. So he was just like, fuck you, Flacco.
Flacco.
So yeah, that was a great story. Love Legends. So yeah, Joe Flacco, fucking Joe Flacco, man, that guy was such a bum. He turned into such a bum, and then he's like this fucking superhero now. What do you think about that? Who do you think is going to start? Who gets the most starts? Hold on, who gets the most starts this year? Anthony Richardson or Danny Dimes?
Golly.
You know, and this
I'm going to say Danny.
Go ahead.
I'm going to say Danny Dimes. I'm going to say Danny Dimes because I don't think A-Rich makes it to the midpoint of the season. So
I think there's no way Danny Dimes loses out to A-Rich because A-Rich is just a bum at this point.
I don't know. Well, Daniel Jones isn't exactly anything but a bum.
Do you know? I mean, and you probably will agree with. Well, you will agree with this that through their, I guess, the first 3 years of their career, or 4 years, or however long Trevor Lawrence has been in the league. Trevor Lawrence's first 3 years in the league and Danny Dimes' first 3 years in the league, identical statistics. Literally, it's identical.
Yeah, but the one difference is that, and I'm not saying that, but the one difference that Daniel Jones started hot and then fell apart. Lost me again.
You know what? we kind of lost you, but I think it's apples and oranges. Number one, I mean, obviously they're two separate football teams,
Right.
two different cultures, two different places,
etc.
two different places in the country. And New York City is a big deal. He, you know, took the baton from Eli Manning. You know, it's a big quarterback change. It's a big deal, a lot of pressure. So it's fun to look at those stats, and I still think we haven't seen the ceiling out of Trevor Lawrence. He's had a shit run with a lot of different coaches. His roster's been, kind of shit. Looks like they've given him some pieces now. They loaded up some. They've seemed to restock the running back room, which leads me to another rookie riser, Tootin. Are you rooting for Tootin? You rooting for Tootin or no?
What?
Did my transmission make it to you? What?
Yeah, it's tough. Are you talking about
Dude, you need to put some tinfoil on your head or something. Maybe that might work. Maybe we'll get a better signal.
It keeps freezing.
It's not that terrible, but I do like the artwork. That's a nice picture behind you. It looks like it looks like a chalkboard that you we're just like make some circles, but I'm gonna make some circles.
Right. Everything is very curated in this house. I can tell you that.
I like it. So what were you saying?
Were you talking about Bashal Tootin?
Sir, I was.
I took him in a draft just the other day. In the third round, I think.
Is this because are you buying the what's his face hype, the comparison? Like this is this guy's
no, what I'm buying is the direct backup, most likely. Well, he could be third in the pecking order, but still, I'm buying a guy that's on a roster who has elite speed. That's all.
So everyone's shitting on Travis Etienne. He was really banged up last year, and the team was a mess. I mean, Mac Jones started half the season. Yes. So we're going to get I think we're going to get a reset. We have a whole new coaching staff. We have a brand. I mean, I get it, which is, none of these guys are their guys, and they drafted 2 running backs, not one. Granted, they were later in the later rounds, but we had that. The reason that all these running backs were drafted so late was because the running backs were in this draft. It was saturated with running backs. So a lot of these guys that were drafted a round or 2 later, you can almost, put it on a curve and say they, make in any other draft, any other season, they're a round or 2 up above than where they were drafted. So, Tootin, man, he had a great college career. Have you seen the highlights on this guy? Look at him up if you haven't.
Well, if he ain't fumbling, he's good. Problem is, he's got to put the fumbles away.
But yeah, I mean that's a big deal. As soon as he fumbles, he's fucked. One time.
Yeah, gonna ride that bench.
So he's been a big time riser in rookie drafts. He went from a 3rd round pick to a mid round 2nd pick.
That's a pretty big buy-in there.
It's a huge buy-in. Terrence Ferguson, same thing, And on the flip side, you haven't heard much out of Mason Taylor, other than that the Jets screwed up his whole number thing. They gave him like 46 as a number, and it was like that's how you get your number when they give you your number, and they give him and it was a huge news story up here. They gave him 46, and everyone was like, "What the fuck is 46 for a tight end, like a receiving tight end?" So now he wears 85, which I have a problem with because that's Wesley Walker, wide receiver, legendary wide receiver of the New York Jets, Wesley Walker, one of my favorite New York Jets of all time. I have a Wesley Walker jersey. Blind in one eye, by the way. A great New York Jet, one of all-time great New York Jets. And now Mason, fucking 20-year-old Mason Taylor, tight end, has his number. Like, what? How is Wesley Walker's number not retired? Are you kidding me? God damn it. Fucking Jets cannot do anything right. First, they botched this guy's number, and then they give him one of the greatest Jets of all time's number. How does that make any sense? So I feel like we haven't touched. I want to get someone from the Atlanta Falcons market on the show and get there. And I want you guys to like fucking just be miserable together. I want you guys to talk shit about the Falcons.
Yes, that's what you're asking for. You're asking for misery loves company in this situation. That's what you're asking for.
The Falcons have been almost, because no one's been Jets bad. But if you could pick a team that has been close to Jets bad, it's the Atlanta Falcons, which is weird because I feel like maybe the two of us have done this to both of these franchises. Because if we didn't have bad luck, we'd have no luck at all. You know what I'm saying? Because if it wasn't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. OG.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's what we're stuck with.
Right. I'm rejecting this stupid ass trade. 204 and 303.
That's bad.
I'll gladly take this, but and I'm gonna dip back into the DDL3. Hey, let's talk about the orphans for the Dynasty Hot Sauce Listener League. It is orphan time, folks. This is the time of the year when people leave leagues, whether they have a beef with the format or the platform or whatever. They just have too many leagues they want to cut down.
Yep, we had some. I don't want to do MFL anymore.
Yeah,
but unfortunately for everyone, this is a copy league. It's 3 copies, 14 teams in each division, 42 teams overall. That means you have 41 trade partners on any given freaking moment. 41 trade partners. So yeah, hit us up if you want in on the league. I think we got a couple spots left to fill. And yeah, we'll get you in. Let's go. 50 jelly beans, and you're playing with Larry and I.
And a lot of other famous fantasy football internet personalities. Well, famous in our world. So, you know, if you hang with us, then you know, and this is a family, folks. It's the Hot Sauce family. So let's party, join the league. We have about 3 or 4 spots open. Good. Excited to fill them because whenever new people come into the league, again, this is 3 copies. This is a 14-team league. So everyone, we put you in you're in the chat, the group chat, and the trades are going to start flying your way. You're going to get bombarded. Yeah, everyone's going to test you. They're going to see how dumb you are. They're going to send you the shittiest trades in the world, and you're going to have to you have to have a shield. It's like people throwing fucking bags of dog shit on fire. It's like someone lights a bag of shit on fire, throws it on your porch. You're like, holy shit, my porch is on fire. You open up the door, you see a fire, you see fire burning on your porch, so you start stamping it out, and then you realize, oh my god, I have shit all over my foot because someone threw a flaming bag of shit on my porch. It's also called a shit bomb, FYI. You ever do that at someone's house? Run DFF?
I don't know. I'm trying to think if I have. If I have, it has been more than 20 years, Larry. Easily more than 20 years.
Have you ever egged someone? Have you ever egged someone's house?
No, not eggs. I have rolled the shit out of many a house.
What does that mean?
Toilet paper. I rolled them.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. I rolled many a house.
Interesting.
But no, I don't know about.
I threw eggs at someone's house once.
Yeah,
I only did that one time.
Good, because that's some shit where they could be peeling paint off real quick, like.
I don't know, man. It was almost like a mob hit. Like there's a bunch of dudes in a car. We just screeched in front of this house, jumped out, threw fucking mad eggs at this house, jumped back in the car and tore off. It was I mean, we're talking like 35 years ago, 40 years ago could be. No, 35.
Yeah, not quite. Yeah.
So I don't know. We haven't talked. I feel like, have we talked Pickens to Dallas? That happened in between the last time I think we got. I think our last show was on Monday or something.
How do you feel about Pickens to Dallas? I had this discussion with buddies of mine, but
I have I'm disappointed because I have Pickens and Lamb on the same team, so I'm trying to get rid of one of them.
sure.
But no one. I was trying to trade Pickens in my home dynasty league, but I wanted a first for him. Now, is George Pickens worth a first in this year's rookie draft? And I would have accepted an early second for him because of the way the draft unfolded in this particular draft. Caleb Johnson went 2-1. This has a 113 bonus pick. Matt Golden 113. So Caleb Johnson 2-1, Jackson Dart 2-2, Higgins 2-3. I would have traded Pickens. I would have Pickens for Caleb Johnson, and I would have traded Pickens probably for Dart.
What was the last one? And you would trade
Jackson Dart for Pickens. I don't know.
It's aggressive. I can see why you would do that.
But talking about the rookie risers and the way that the mini camps have begun, so there's the narratives are being written, and it blows with the wind. Whether someone's good or bad. Dart's been getting some good reviews, although they're just like, I don't know, they have no interest in starting this year. So if you have a team where you have the space to an incubator for Jackson Dart, he'll probably see the field if he's really good. And then there are folks that saying he's really good, and there are folks that saying he's Kenny Pickett. So it's like, what the heck? I mean, but in this particular,
folks that say he's really good, they probably haven't actually watched him play.
Yeah. So this one, Tootin, we were rooting for Tootin earlier. Went with a 2.5. And I got him in a 3.2 in an earlier rookie draft. So I mean, we're talking about rising. He went to the 2.5. Steady Eddie picked him up with the 2.5, by the way. And then Milrow 2.6, Sanders 2.7. Then Scatterboo. Fucking Trey Harris. I mean, these home leagues. Holy moly. So, when is your next rookie draft?
I don't know.
It might be the Hogs. It might be the Hogs.
It might be Hogs. I've got an auction that I need to put together. Might try to start that next.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, man, this connection's terrible. I don't even know if you heard that.
Yeah, this connection's terrible. All right. You want to wrap it up?
I'm sorry. The next week we'll record at the house. I'll just do it after the kids go to bed. After I get the kids to bed.
I mean, it hasn't been that bad. I mean, for you, it has. It's been a bad connection.
I keep missing out like half of what you're saying sometimes.
Can you connect to your hotspot on your phone?
I probably could. I'm not sure if that's any better, but I don't know.
All right, man. Well, we can wrap it up then, I guess.
Yeah, I've been fighting this.
This is the time of year. This is the time of year where you're just fucking talking smack anyway. Nothing matters. Everyone just like whatever. Everyone drafted who to their teams, and you don't know what. There's no one knows if anyone's good or not yet. So
Right. Yeah,
that's the thing.
true.
No one knows who's going to hit or not right now. So now we're just like, making deals for CJ Stroud for Baker Mayfield plus, because we realized that Baker just threw like 40 something touchdowns, and I don't know. I can't see him taking a step back. Although CJ
Really?
Stroud just got a lot of help too, so he might take a step forward.
No.
So we'll see how it goes. All right, baby. Let's wrap it up. And then we'll take you down to the Paradise City where the grass is green. Happy Memorial Day. Thanks for listening to the Dynasty Hot Sauce Podcast.
1, 2, 3, 4.